welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, thank you for hanging in there for the final segment of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., we get to share such great information with you, what you need to know, want to know, should about real estate, finance, your community, and so much more for going on 8 years now, believe it or not. And we started the show. Nobody pays us. Actually, we pay to do this, believe it or not.
Yes,
yeah,
it's the opposite.
Yeah, because we love providing great information. It's our favorite time of the week, and we bring in because we've learned a lot. We've gained a plethora of great professionals to work with that have changed our lives for the better, so it's worth every penny that we put into the show. And we get great professionals such as Chris Ingram with Ingram Financial Solutions.
Thank you.
We have great friends. Chris and I are friends. We work out together at the gym. I pick up what he puts down, and then he goes and gets bigger weights. He's a machine there. But today we're going over the recent stock market adjustment, and we're going to call it an adjustment. We don't know it's going to be a crash because we've gone through these before. Chris and I have been on the show many a times during these crashes, and we all live. And Chris, you even handle it differently than you did 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I know 7 years ago, you're a little bit nervous because you're like, people are calling me. I got to get back to them. Can we finish the show? Now you're like,
yeah,
I got this.
I always say the harder part of a correction for me is dealing with the emotions of my clients. I'm less concerned about where the market is going and how portfolios are going to perform. I'm more concerned with trying to temper emotions so that people don't make irrational decisions and do things that are going to hurt them.
And then and you don't want to be the "I told you so." Of course, you'd
well,
rather them.
I'm never going to be an "I told you so."
That's
I'll just high five them and pretend that I didn't know that they made a horrible decision.
Right, because you've been through this. Just like I am calm for my whole team here. When mortgage interest rates, I'm like, I've gone through all this. I mean, the rates where they're at now, they're low fives, and everybody's panicking. Oh, they're so high. They were here 4 years ago. They're here 2 years ago. We hit these little marks and stuff, so it's not the end of the world.
Here's the thing. I've said it over and over and over and over again. The market, it's an incredible record. It has 100% record for recovering from every correction or crash that it's ever had. The market has never not recovered. It's never failed to come back. So, there's very few things that have 100% record on something like that. So that no matter what, it's coming back at some point.
Well,
it's
even
just
the
a
real
matter of
estate
time.
market, everybody's even worried about a correction, meaning prices were overheated by about 10 to 15% for quite a while there because we had no inventory. Now it's going to come to a normal market, but you're still going to see appreciation because we don't have enough homes.
Right.
People still need to move in the homes. Millennials are the biggest sector, bigger than the baby boomers. They're starting to buy homes. So the real estate market will be fine. It's just everybody adjusting to a non-overheated market. Right. So before we go, I want you to go through. You have 4 things for you guys out there, for all of you to think about in regard to how to handle this adjusting market, and the fact that you have a good idea where at least the initial bottom should be for now to watch out for, which helps make those decisions, and then just not panic.
Yep. So short on time, so
Yes.
I'll get through them quickly. Do you have cash available? If you're sitting on cash, you should be building your shopping list. Names that you want to own, companies that you've wanted to buy in the past that maybe were too expensive. Start picking names that you want to add to your portfolio and start setting some price targets of where you think are a reasonable place to invest into these companies.
Or talk to your financial advisor and say, what do you see as potential? I ask
Totally.
you. Based on this has been a good opportunity to purchase these stocks.
Right. And so, like I said, 25.32 being the low back in February, you start getting close to that level, which we're pretty darn close to it already,
Right.
4 or 5% away from that. You start getting close to that level, it's probably a good time to put some money to work and deploy some of it and see if that turns out to be the bottom or at least the base that we're building in there. So if you have cash, you're actually in a great situation, great potential. You can buy some names, pick some things up that are cheaper than where they used to be, and you're going to have this as an opportunity. If you don't have cash sitting in your account, do you have access to cash? Are you going to make an IRA contribution this year? Maybe it's time to make that IRA contribution and invest that money. Do you have money sitting in your savings account that you've been thinking, yeah, it's probably more than I need, but it's kind of been making me feel warm and fuzzy because I have a little extra cash on hand. Maybe it's time to take $10,000, $20,000 from your savings account, put that money into your investment account, take advantage of some of these prices, look at these names. So that's number one. Those people are in great shape. You got cash on hand, you're doing awesome. Number two, the second type of person are the people that don't need this money for 10, 15, 20, 30, or 40 years. Okay? You don't need this money for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. 5 years from now, this is going to be a blip on the screen. I've seen it so many times before. This happens over and over and over again, and you flash forward 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you're not even going to remember this happened.
Right.
I go back, I do this for a living, and I go back and go, was that 2012 when that happened? Or what was it, 2015? And
I forget.
Obviously, you remember 2008 because
Right.
those are crashes. Those are huge, massive things. We're not dealing with that right now. This is not a financial crisis that, is unwinding on this market. So
That's why we call it a correction.
Yeah, this is a correction, not a crash. So, so if you have a long time to stay invested, don't worry about this. Look for opportunities. Look for making some adjustments maybe to the portfolio, but this is not something that you need to panic about. Now, the people that I'm concerned about are the people that are retirees that are currently taking money from their portfolios. They're living off of the income. Or people that had a short-term time horizon. People that said, hey, I want to invest, but I plan on buying a house in a year from now, and I'm going to need the money. Okay? First of all, hopefully you weren't overly aggressive with that money, and you're not in a bad situation right off the bat.
Right.
But if you were, or even if you weren't, those are the people that need to look at their portfolios, make sure that they're allocated properly, make sure that they have things in place to protect them if this thing continues to unwind.
And there are ways to protect your assets.
If the market can't hold 25.32, which was the low back in February, and it starts to unwind from there, if you're a retiree taking income from your portfolio, or if you're a short-term investor, that's probably a breaking point where you need to move 10, 15, 20, 25% of your portfolio off to cash or more conservative assets. You need to start thinking about making some adjustments to get on the more conservative side. Not only are you making your portfolio more conservative, but you're freeing up some cash so that the market continues to unwind. Now you can redeploy that cash later and take an opportunity when the market starts to rebound. So those are some adjustments that you want to make, but it's the people that are using the money currently, because when you're pulling money from your account and the market's falling at the same time, that can be devastating to a portfolio. So you really need to think through that and make sure that you're working with somebody that can help you with that.
I love that. Always great advice, Chris. How can they get a hold of you again, buddy?
Check my website, ingramfinancialsolutions.com.
All right, Chris Ingram with Ingram Financial Solution works with Gino and I in our own portfolio, and just a great resource. And I'm sure you can give some great advice, or at least have a consultation to see what opportunities might be available from. You work with a lot of our clients and some of our families, so thank you for doing a great job. They love you, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Very cool.
Yep.
And again, you can always find out more by going to donandgino.com or go to a YouTube channel. There's, I don't know, thousands of YouTube videos with great information. If you want a great resource for anyone, estate planner, financial planner, college planner, you name it, we have it. Divorce attorney, the best in the business. We've interviewed them. We know they are the best, or basically we use them all. So go to aprgi.com. That's aprgi.com, which is America's Professional Resource Group, Inc. All right. Hopefully your Thanksgiving weekend is going fabulously. We really appreciate you being part of our lives. We are very thankful for you. We're thankful for having you as listeners. We're thankful for the support you give Skyline Home Loans and now Finance of America. We're thankful you support Chris Ingram with Ingram Financial Solutions in our group, and we hope you have a blessed holiday. Have a great weekend.